Magic Treehouse Book 18 Dogs in the Dead of Night by Mary Polk Osborne. Chapter 10 Spread of the Buttercup. Father Laurent sat down at the table and opened his book of flowers. Jack and Annie looked over the monk's shoulder. Even Barry stepped closer to the table and pushed his giant head under Father Laurent's elbow to look at the book. The monk carefully turned the rough-lined pages. The pages were blank, but pressed between them were leaves and flowers. Father Laurent gently held up a cluster of tiny pink flowers. The petals were completely flat and dry, but they had kept on their petals and color. Those are Artosa elfini. That's the scientific name. The popular name is Elfin Rockajanus, said the monk. Several summers ago, I found these hidden amongst Malcolm rocks. Nice, said Annie. Jack was his breath. Could it be a white and yellow flower from that book? Father Laurent turned to a page and very carefully picked up a dark golden flower. This is the Catholic Polystone, better known as Marsh Myrtle Gold. I found this 2-year-old in the Southern Alps. Lovely, said Annie. Father Laurent turned the page again. He held up a dry white flower. Thurston Fortman, the mouse-eared chickweed, the monk said. Its tiny petals look like ears of a mouse. Cute, said Annie. Yes, said Father Laurent. He gently glanced at the close-cover book. Since you look flowers so much, I assume you look butterflies too. Let me show you my stare. He started to stammer. No, wait please, said Jack. He tried to keep his voice steady. Do you happen to have a white and yellow flower in that book? Father Laurent frowned. Let me see. Oh yes, of course. He opened the book again and turned the pages until he found what he was looking for. He carefully held up the flower with the white and yellow petals and the yellow center. Showing in the firelight as if it was there alive. Ranitu's glasses. The glass of Buttercup, said the monk. One of the highest flower plants in the Alps, a perfect cinnamon. I found it not far from our monastery just last summer. That's it, whispered Jack. That's exactly what we're looking for. You're looking for a glass of Buttercup, Father Laurent asked. Why? Why? Said Jack. I wasn't sure what to say. We have some friends who really love flowers, said Annie. And when we were heading up to do our research in the house, they asked us to please drop one of those and bring it back to them. I see, said the monks. Well, now allow me to give this glass of Buttercup and take it back to your friends. I'm sure I could find another later this summer. As the leaves, I can thank you for the wonderful work you did with Bear today. Thank you, said Jack. Do you know if the glass of Buttercup has any special meaning? Said Annie. Father Laurent squinted at a flower. Well, throughout history, many flowers have special meanings, he said. Let me think. Wait, please, said Jack. He quickly pulled out his notepad and pencil. Okay, ready. If I were saw, Buttercup standing for childhood, said the caravan. Open spirit of childhood. Father Laurent, such a joyful spirit can brighten even the most bleak and barren places. Jack quickly wrote, Buttercup, spirit of childhood, doorbell carefully open. Jack looked at the Father Laurent. That sounds like a spirit of a dog, he said. He stroked Bear's ear. It felt like a warm velvet. Father Laurent smiled. Yes, it does, he said. Dogs and children share a common spirit. I do agree with that. Jack and Anne looked at each other. Well, I guess we better leave now, said Jack, and put away his pencil and notebook. Can you not stay another night? Asked Father Laurent. It'll be dark soon. That's okay. We can find our way home, even in the dark, said Jack. And where is home? Asked the monk. Oh, it's down the mountain a ways, said Anne. It's not exactly in the first village you come to, but just outside the village you know, and you see the church steeple. That's where we turn left onto a winding path, then go away, and then go turn right and turn left. She shrugged. Well, we know how to find it. I see, said Father Laurent, though he looked a little bit weird. He stood up. Let's carefully pack your flowers so you can carry it for your friends. The monk took 2 pieces of thick paper from the flower and placed the glass of Buttercup between them. Then he handed it to Jack. Jack placed the flower at the bottom of his bed. Then Father Wren let Jack and Annie out of the library. Barry followed them to a down alley. When they reached the front hall, Annie looked at the big dog. You have to stay here, Barry, she said. Barry's tail stopped wagging. Perhaps he can walk with you on a part of the way, said Father Wren. Then just send him back to me. I think now that I have trained him, he can get home by himself. Great, thank you, said Annie. Father Wren opened the front door. Farewell, my friends. Travel safely, he said. Come back for dinner, Barry. Barry barked as if understood and then batted out into the snow. Jack and Annie followed him. The snow had completely stopped, and the sky was clear. The city sun cast a bronze light over the mountain. Jack remembered that the treehouse had landed in a slope above the wide path. His sense of direction seemed keener than before. I think we originally came from that way, he said. Let's try it. Jack and Annie led Barry away from the mountain mystery. His eyes searched the path for signs of the treehouse until finally he saw his thought. Roundwood was nesting so among the gray boulders. That's it, he said, pointed. Over there. Jack started to run, and Annie and Barry ran with him. As they reached the clean, crisp air, Jack remembered what it felt like to be a dog. It's cold, but didn't bother him at all, and he didn't feel sore or stiff. Nothing came in his body, and almost of all, he felt a wide door. He felt that he could run forever. Finally, laughing and panting, Jack and Annie and Barry reached the base of the slope below the treehouse. The setting sun covered the mountain tops with purple light. Barry barked. Jack could tell when he wanted to climb into the treehouse with them. You have to go back to Father Wren now, Barry, Jack said softly. He tugged on Bear's velvet ear. But basically you're a great dog. So does Napoleon. Bear made a sniffing sound and turned her face away from Barry and Jack. Annie, aren't you going to say goodbye to him? Said Jack. And look at Jack. Her eyes were filled with tears. How do I do that? She said. How do I say goodbye to him? You tell him how you feel about him. Tell him all about the good things waiting for him back at the monastery, said Jack. The fire, the food, Father Wren, and Brother Mike, and all of the other dogs, and tell him he's going to save lots of lives. Annie knelt down and put her arms around Bear's giant head. He licked her as he clutched him. Tell him, Annie, Jack argued her. Annie left Bear's ear and whispered into it for a long time. Jack could hear what she was saying, but he caught the words, love and all my life. Then Annie stopped and pointed towards the monastery. Smoke was rising from the chimney. Go home now, Barry, she said. It's where you belong. Barry looked at Jack to Annie. He sneezed. Then he climbed down the slope and took off for home. Annie turned away quickly and wiped her eyes. Let's go, she said, as we scrambled up into the slope and climbed through the treehouse window. Jack followed her. Inside the treehouse, he picked up the Pennsylvania book. He pointed to a picture of Rock Creek Woods. I wish we could go home, where we belong, he said. Booming dog barks came from the distance. Echoes of the barks filled the air. Barkings echoed from all directions. The sky, the clouds, the rocky slopes, and the purple mountain peaks of the great St. Bernard Pass. Then the wind began to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Jack and Annie were wearing their jeans and sweatshirts again. Jack's bag was a backpack. No time had all passed in Frog Creek. Dawn was still breaking. Dogs were barking in the distance, and the woods were filled with bird song. You okay? Jack asked Annie. She nodded. Bear's going to save lots of lives, said Jack. I know it. Annie smiled. He was so funny, she said wistfully. Yeah, and he was happy, said Jack. He reached in his backpack and carefully put out the papers with a glass of buttercup. He handed the dry flower to Annie. Boiled their rum and read it. The second thing to break the spell is a white and yellow flower. Live its meaning for yourself. It only for an hour. I guess we did live in meaning for an hour, said Jack. Go strip that Father Wren talk about, said Annie. Jack nodded. For exactly an hour, while I was a dog, I was perfectly happy, he said. Only for an hour, perfectly happy? And Jack shrugged. The rest of the time I was pretty worried. About what? said Annie. Well, in the beginning, of course, I worried about the elephant lunch and losing you, said Jack. Then I worried that Teddy and Kathleen had sent us to the wrong place. I worried about finding the flower. I worried about wasting time training Barry, and I worried about finding him. You worry a lot, Jack, said Annie. I know, said Jack. I need a doctor to teach me how to have a child's full spirit. And Barry needed you to learn how to be responsible, said Annie. You taught him how to listen to others and how to play elementary wisdom. You helped me bring up Barry's instincts to be a rescue dog, Jack. You did a great job. Oh, Jack let his face get red. Well, you did a great job too. You really did. Whatever, Annie said modestly. At least we found the second thing to help save Penny. She carefully placed the glass of Buttercup in the corner of the treehouse. Jack reached into his bag and pulled up the emerald rose and placed it behind the flower. We have 2 things so far, said Annie, and 2 more to go. Jack, but right now we have to hurry home and sneak back into our rooms and put on our pajamas and get into our beds. So Mom and Dad can wake us up and tell us to get ready for school, said Annie. Jack laughed. We live a weird life, he said. Yep, said Annie, but I like it all. Me too, said Jack, and they started their rope ladder heading for home.